46 years ago today, my beloved teacher, respected, admired, and forever inspired by Nadia Boulanger, as we could call her Mademoiselle Boulanger, and as she allowed me to call her sometimes Nadezhda Ernestovna, by her Russian pronunciation of her name because of her mother's origin, as well as by the fact that, in fact, Nadia in Russian or in Slavic language is the nickname for Nadezhda, which means hope. And this has carried me through hope. For the last 46 years after her passing, which are then tailed by these 10 years of studying daily with her prior to that. And I find that the time has come to remember this sad day when she passed away and started living forever inside me. When until there she was building me besides me as a musician, as a person, as a teacher to be, in fact, by the importance of the God's received gift to translate into useful meaning to others, that is, the students. I also do that for my own children, because I find that this is the hyphen of life between the generations. And Mademoiselle Boulanger herself devoted her life to teaching while she was a composer, while she was a conductor, while she was a theorist in music, while she was a pianist, and she was, of course, an organist, an improviser on the organ as well. And she was a teacher of analysis, understanding, or rather exploring the thought processes of the compositions, thought process of the composer's ideas, as if we can enter in some of the ideas of how one element leads to the other. And beyond the obvious of the form and the structure, the harmonic or post-tonal progression of the expression, she was interested in the communality between the styles, what was in fact not alike, but in a way conversing beyond the centuries in a musical expression of their humanity or their soulful expression of their faith, of people from Renaissance to from Hildegard, from Bingen and Monteverdi, to modern music like Debussy and Fauré and Stravinsky, and who were for one mentor, for other friend, and for the third one really a lifetime partner. And she didn't keep us away from others. It's just that she brought us to be so close to the meaning of what their music can be universally and not only chronologically. And I find that to be a very intense experience of humility in front of the score about how you approach it in understanding and then, of course, in rendering. When she rendered the music, she was always playing examples on the piano, even when she couldn't see, and the very old age of the 90s, when she died in the mid-90s, she was alert intellectually. She was making the effort to be open to the individual students seeking of their own stylistic endeavors or their gauche approaches to what they think was their creativity, and she would have that intuition to drive them towards who they will become, the seeds in the gardens that they'll harvest. And I find this to be more relevant every year of my teaching, when I discover that the ear of the hearing of a student given by their talent is needing the conjugation of this grammar to connect the felt, heard, intuitively known, as if always experienced, when added and therefore enriched with the awareness of the anatomy of the music making, of the music production, of a sonata or of a music with or without lyrics. In other words, the idea that we can penetrate some of the mysteries of what touches us in music through the atmosphere of it. And that doesn't mean because you try to explain it and you seek to try to reach to explaining that this leads you by essence to understanding it. That would be presumptuous, and she wasn't so. She always made the separation between the enmarvelment in front of the beauty of the music, of the given piece, beyond the composer, beyond the style and the time frame, just the work of art which in fact shines upon us, and that how we gaze at it brings it to life again and again through our own individual experiences, and how we evolve in our understanding of it. And she relentlessly tried to remain open-minded through the different evolutions of styles, and never stuck in her own late 19th century, early childhood for her education, where she could have found a certain, in her old age, firm rooting. She had convictions, but she was so open-minded. And then she was seeking the creativity in the student while infusing enthusiasm through rigor. And it's not contradictory with Mademoiselle Dieudonné as a partner in life and music, in education, in pedagogy. She was bringing the students who came to seek for what they should become. In my case, as a child prodigy, but many of my co-students were in their adult life already, or their young adult life. Some came because they were already teachers, some because they're seeking to become, and performers and conductors and basically complete musicians. And that's why I studied as well the organ for the polyphony, and not only, but also in the analysis for trying to self-teach yourself the meaning of the work, go beyond the score of the notes, and try to see how the options could have gone differently, and then appreciate how it's written and played for how it is. And if not, write your own, as she used to advise smilingly. So this is one of her pieces, which we used to play every March 15th and the church service at the Trinity Church in Paris, honoring her sister Lily and her mother Raisa. And it's a Lux Aeterna. Merci, mademoiselle.